What's going on, boys? Thank you so much for joining me today on Catch a Fish. Today, I'm going to bring you a simple video on lubrication on your baitcaster and your spinning rod. I hope this helps out some of you. So let's get to the video. Let's go. All right, before we get started, make sure you guys have your real grease and your real oil and a brush to smear your grease. Have something to wipe down any gunk that you see. So let's get to it. All right, let's get started with the baitcaster. I like to start off with the clutch button. Go and push that down. There should be two openings visible. There you go. On each side. Go ahead and add a drop of oil in there and work that in. And then the next step is to add one drop here. Spin it, work it in. Do the same thing on the other side. Spin it. That way your handles could be extra smooth. And add a drop on the sliding reel. That's this piece right here. I'll zoom in a little bit more for you guys. That way you can see that. So that's the sliding reel you want to add oil to. Now I'm not doing this on mine because they are already been maintained and taken care of. Now, once you're done with those steps, let's move on to the next. All right, so the next step is to take off your plate. So be very careful when you do this. You don't want to drop this or lose anything that comes out. Sometimes these completely come off. So let's go ahead and pop off this plate. Now you want to put this down. Take out your spool. Put that down. Now, I like to drop oil down here because the bearing is on the other side, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. So drop oil in there, just one drop. Go ahead and set that down. Now when you pick up your spool, sometimes not all spools have it, I'm not sure, but this one has a bearing. So I would add a drop here, and a drop here, let it sit. And grab your plate. You want to add a drop on the bearing on this side, and a drop on that side, and one inside. After you're done with that, go ahead and put it together, and I'll show you your last final step. All right, once you put everything back together, go ahead and take off this tension knob. Once this tension knob is off, you will get to see a bearing. Go ahead and add a drop of oil there. Replace your cat back. Okay, once that's done, your final step is to grab your grease and a paintbrush. Go ahead and add your grease on your worm rail. Once you add that, go ahead and work that in. And that's your final step on lubricating your baitcaster. So let's go ahead and move on to a spinning reel. So a spinning reel, it's much easier to do the maintenance on the lubrications. So let's get started. First, you want to open up the bell. You want to add oil to the connections of the bell arms. So add a drop here and add a drop here. Go ahead and work that in. Once you work that in, go ahead and drop some oil on the line roller. So go ahead and just drop it on top and just work it in. Believe it or not, it's a small little bearing. Once that's done, go ahead and take off your handle. So you might want to unscrew your handle, take that off. Sometimes these screws are long, sometimes they're short. I would drop some oil on the side, both ends. And once you're done, go ahead and put that back on. So now for the last final step is to take off your tension knob or your drag cap. After loosening up tension or your drag cap, go ahead and remove it with the spool. You're going to expose the spindle arm. This is where it becomes preference. Either you use the oil or the grease. I prefer to use the grease. So once you pick your preference, go ahead and lubricate the bottom of the spindle arm. Once that's done, you go ahead and replace back your spool, your tension knob, or your drag cap. And after that, you are done with the lubrication maintenance on a spinning reel. I appreciate you guys checking out my video. I hope this helped out some of you. Until next time, catch you guys later.